Hi y'all, welcome back. I don't know when you guys are seeing this video. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna make this video, and then I picked up a book. It instantly gripped me, and I have to just tell you guys about it more in depth than like an Instagram review or even just a wrap up. So here we are, strapping in, settling in for a finishing book series that I'm reading or that I'm in the middle of type of video. I don't know if I'll be finishing any. Actually, maybe. This is technically a series. This is the first book that I picked up in this video. I picked this book up yesterday. This is Enchantra. This is book number 2 in the Wicked Games series. I think it's a duology. The first book is Phantasma, and I read that one last month, I believe, so instantly gravitated towards the second book, and already I feel like I like this one so much better. The first book I ended up rating, I think overall like 4 stars. I genuinely really liked it, but I feel like the first third of the book was a little slow. It took a minute for me to really kind of get comfortable with it, and then towards the end, loved the book. This one, I picked it up last night just to like get into it, see what it was about, and I read, I think 63 pages, and this was in like 30 minutes. Like I just ate it up. So this is about Genevieve. This is the sister of Ophelia, who the first book is about. If I'm looking off like into the distance, that's because Phantasma is over there sitting on my shelf, and I just like to look at a book while I'm talking about it. But anyway, this is about Genevieve. It's about sisters. So the first book is about her older sister. This is her book. And Enchantra is basically kind of like a trials-based competition game, sort of like Phantasma. What we're learning so far is she's kind of chasing this like letter from a guy that sent it to her mom who passed away in the first book. So she's just trying to like chase information, and that has her stumble across this like huge spooky manor, and she's actually in Italy, which is really interesting. The first book takes place in like Louisiana, the US, and this one she's in Florence, Italy. So I really like the vibe change of that and the setting difference. She goes into this manor, stumbles into it, quite literally has to use her magic to get into it, and once she's in it, they kindly inform her she cannot get out without winning this trials-based competition game, which only immortals take place in because it's a deadly game. So the only way that she can realistically get out is if she marries one of the other competitors, marries in quotation marks, because that way if either one of them win, their partner wins, and they'll be okay. So that's basically all the information that I have right now. And like I mentioned, 60 pages, and we already have all of that information. It was really delivered interestingly. Like I am hooked, and I cannot wait to continue reading this book. We'll just kind of see what happens. I am at home right now, but I will be leaving later today. So I might pick this up a little bit, read a little more, to maybe make some breakfast. I feel like that's usually what we do in these types of vlogs, so let's just continue that. Just finished my breakfast, and I had what I have most mornings, which was just like a peanut butter bagel with banana, and of course a homemade latte. I used caramel syrup, so it's caramel latte. And first of all, the bagel that I had was from Sprouts, and I know when I bought them, I haven't seen those there before. I don't know what the packaging looks like or anything, but I remember when I saw them in the store and picked them up, it said like New York bagels. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Pick them up, grab them. I feel like usually Sprout bagels don't hit, but these have been so good. They're like the 3rd or 4th bagel I've already had in different variations, some with like egg and whatnot, this one with peanut butter, and they're just so good. So just had to say, if you're looking for a really good bagel, check out Sprouts. Going back to reading, I've read about another 10 pages, and I feel like it's so high stakes. Like that's just what it feels like. And I feel like when people usually describe fantasy reads, like that's one of the biggest kind of contributions that fantasy novels usually have, are really high stakes and high tensions. And I feel like I haven't really had that too much. I read like the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts, and those are some high stakes, but these feel like you're gonna die. Like these feel really dangerous, really scary, but I'm really invested in the characters, and already I know the romance is gonna have me in a chokehold. Like just the even tidbits that we're barely getting, I know is going to be phenomenal. And this book actually has really high ratings, which when I first heard of this series, I saw this book, Enchantra, and I wanted to read this one. But obviously it's a second in a duology, so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I started with Phantasma, really liked that one, and now we get to read this one. And already I can see why. Like the pacing is really, really good, the content, the plot, everything. So like I mentioned, I just picked it up yesterday, and I'm really surprised to see how long it'll take me to finish, because I feel like I've been in a little bit of a book slump since I got back back from my vacation. I finished a couple books while I was there for the first week. Second week, I got really sick and didn't read at all. So that was like while I was in Hawaii. Since being back home, I haven't picked up a book in a couple of days, and finally I picked this one up, which is also funny because the night I was gonna read this, I actually saw that there's a new Love Island Games. I was getting like fan cams and edits on TikTok about a specific couple, and I was like, wait, I want to see what's gonna happen. So I started that whole season, and I was like 8 episodes behind, so I spent the last few days catching up, and now I'm caught up, so I feel like I don't have to watch that. I only have to watch 1 episode a day since they come out daily, but I'm not like behind anymore, so I can pace myself. And now yesterday I caught up and I was able to pick this up, and so I feel like I was getting out of a little bit of a book slump, not sure if I was in one. And safe to say, this book is doing the deed. It's doing a really good job of keeping me really, really intrigued. And this is also my first spooky read of the season, which that's awesome because it is now officially fall, and I'm definitely going to be reading a lot of fantasy, a lot of fall reads, and I just cannot wait to see what else I read this week. So we're going to pick this back up. We're on page, I think like 71 now, at chapter 9. Let's see what else is going to happen while I finish my coffee. And I am now about 65-ish% of the way through Enchantra. Still absolutely loving it. I feel like it's up there with 5-star reads. And I say that lightly because I feel like for me personally, 5-star reads are usually ones that are really emotional, will make you feel something, will make me possibly shed tears. But I feel like when it's a fantasy books don't tend to do that. That's not really their point. But I feel like for a fantasy book, for the genre, this book is amazing. Like I mentioned before, super high stakes. It's super creative too. I love the world building. The brothers and like the siblings in this book, they each have a familiar, which is like a little pet basically that follows them around and helps them out. So for our main character, Rowan, his familiar is a fox and her name is Umbra. And I just think that is so cute because it adds another layer to the story. The romance, it's definitely a slow burn, but I feel like I'm already 65% of the way through and I'm still expecting something to happen, which it may or may not have just happened, but I'm not like solely waiting for that, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes with romance novels, when it's a slow burn, I'm just like impatiently waiting for them to get together and something to happen. But here you're obviously still entertained by like the games. It's also not super competition based. Well, it is a competition, but it's not like a trials based. It's more of a hunt. That's literally what it's called, which makes it, again, super high stakes, very scary. These people could literally die, especially since Genevieve, our main character, is a mortal. So it's just really, really well done. There was a masquerade, which, hello, that's perfect. So definitely a great book to read for spooky season. I'm loving it so far, but I am pretty busy today. So I'm reading right now, but I think later today, I just have a lot of like errands to run. Today I actually have a book club sleepover, which I've had before, and I think I've shown you guys that. I'm gonna have dinner first with my friends, then have the book club sleepover, but I also want to bake a little sweet treat, and since we're getting into the fall mode, it's gonna be fall kind of related. That's kind of on the to-do list. I want to go to Trader Joe's and get some pumpkins to maybe like just spice up the place. I'm gonna go have lunch with my partner because today actually didn't work and he's working, so I want to go see him. So a lot kind of in the books for today. I just wanted to give you guys an update about where I'm at with this book, and safe to say I'm loving it. But I almost like don't want to finish it because it's that good, and that's when you know you're loving a book. I also have this really cute ambiance on in the background. I paused it because last time I had it in the background, it was like really loud, and I don't know. Basically I paused it, but let me show you guys the vibe. Begin now. I just went to breakfast with my partner, had some coffee, and I had a croissant that was really, really good. I got like the smallest, shortest clip ever of it, but it was really good. Now we are here outside of Trader Joe's because for my book club sleepover, I kind of want to decorate a little bit, add some pumpkins, add some fall flair. So that's what we're here to grab here. And then I also want to do spooky baskets for my sister and my mom. So those are the errands after Trader Joe's. I think I'm going to stop by Target and Ulta just to grab stuff for that. And then we'll go home, prepare for book club sleepover, continue reading Enchantro, which I did bring with me. I want to try to finish it today. Is that going to be possible? I'm not too sure. There's no rush. There's no timeline, but it would be nice. So I guess we'll just see. Let's go buy some pumpkins. That took me a lot longer than I thought it was, and now I'm like hot and overstimulated and tired, but we finished our errands. I guess that's what happens when you go to like literally 3 stores back to back to back. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys kind of what I got for the spooky baskets that I'm gonna have put together for my mom and sister. So at the place we got lunch at, they actually had the cutest little fall sugar cookies. So I got 1 in 1 so I can put 1 each in their spooky baskets. Oh, this I actually wanted to show you guys as well. I have book club tonight, and this is a book club game that I'm gonna do. These are for my reading journal, which I have to update. But anyway, these ones, I'm gonna cut them out and then put them like in a cute bowl or something. And then we each, after our discussion, like our typical book club discussion, we can each pick like 1 or 2, and then we each have to answer that question. And the questions are kind of fun. It's like, what major emotion did the story evoke in you as a reader? Which character would you most want to be friends with? Just random stuff like that, which I think will be fun. From Ulta, I got, this is for me actually, it's the Ordinary Organic Cold Pressed Rosehip Seed Oil. I don't know, I like this one because it's really moisturizing and I like to put it under my moisturizer. I got a Touchland hand sanitizer for one of the spooky baskets. I still don't know like exactly what's going in what, but I got majority of like similar things. That way they each have like same thing kind of. This one is cinnamon gingerbread, which is like a seasonal scent, but I like that it's cinnamon gingerbread because I feel like it can go all the way till like December if they don't finish it. And it's orange, so that was the one that I preferred to get. And then I also got this Summer Minks Drake fragrance. I actually bought this for my partner because he tried this once. We were looking for colognes for him and he tried this one and he really liked it because it's not super like heavy. I feel like some of the men's scents are either super heavy, like you picture clubs, gambling, casinos, or like they don't seem, I don't know. Basically we liked this one. It smells good and he likes the travel size because it's small, it can take it on the go, and it's good enough for what he needs it for. Target, I got some spider webs so I can add that to the spooky baskets. This is kind of one of the baskets, just with like random stuff put in here. I bought some socks, which I think I'm gonna divvy up between me, my mom, and my sister. I got a McDonald's gift card for a coworker, but I got 2 like face masks. Again, sticking with the like orange, black, white Halloween colors. We got this Natorium lippy because I also bought one of these for my sister, but I think I got her the shimmer one, so I guess we'll just see what they want. Got this little candle and this little basket. I bought this little basket yesterday when I did majority of the spooky basket shopping, so I have 2 of those. And then from Trader Joe's, really, I just got like a bunch of pumpkins because I want to add them to the apartment specifically for tonight when the girls come over. That way it just looks like more fall. And I also got a cinnamon whisk, which I bought 2 of these from Sprouts, so this is the 3rd one. And I like that because I can really kind of put one in each room and make it really smell fragrant. Another one, actually I'm gonna keep these in the bag because some of them are like kind of dirty. And then I got one big pumpkin, which she's kind of ugly, but she's like unique, you know? Oh my goodness, oh, she's so heavy. Yeah, bringing this up from the car was a struggle, but we did it. Now we have to put everything away. I don't have that much time till I have to go to dinner actually, because I'm gonna meet up with my friends at dinner and then we're gonna come back here. So I have to get going. I have to like decorate, read, get ready. It's a lot, so I'll catch you guys when I catch ya. Time for a little update. Sorry if I look like a hot mess, but I am coming at you guys the next day. Yesterday, literally after I finished filming the clip of me like
showing you guys everything I bought for the spooky baskets. I spent time putting them together, cleaning the house or like the apartment, so when my friends came over it would be clean and like put together. And I literally didn't even have time to bake my bread that I wanted to bake, which was actually a good thing because I realized I forgot to buy eggs. So I wasn't going to be able to make it anyway, but I don't think I was even going to have time to make it, if that makes sense. So I ended up going to dinner. That was fun. Came back home, had book club, had a sleepover. It was a really chill, super kind of fall vibe night. And today I actually picked up Enchantra and was able to finish it. And I think I'm sitting at a 4.5 rating. I think that's what like I officially rated it on Goodreads. I debated on giving it 5 stars because the ending was actually really good and there was like a plot twist that I did not expect and I really liked it. But I feel like if I continue thinking about this book after finishing it, then I think I would give it 5 stars. But that's not something I will know immediately or right now. So for now, it's sitting at 4.5 stars, but it could be 5 stars. And I absolutely recommend this book and Phantasma, which I have right here. So perfect reads for spooky season. Finished this little duology by finishing Enchantra. Now I want to pick up another book that I have to read to continue a series. This one wouldn't be me finishing a series, but it'd be me continuing one. And the book is sitting right over there. So let me grab it. It's actually also on my September TBR, and that is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. It is a romance book, which I'm excited to read because I feel like I haven't read a romance like all month, I think. I've read really all over the place type of genres, and so I'm desperately waiting to read this. Plus I love Elsie Silver's writing. It's just so easy to read and her romances are always so good. So I cannot wait for this. This is book 2 in the Rose Hill series. And I believe I bought book 3. So I definitely need to read this so that I can potentially read book 3 in the next few months. This is a single dad, I believe, and a chart-topping country singer. Cute. Yeah, I cannot wait. I am going to start this probably today. I think that was it. I was like, what else did I want to tell you guys? But I think that's it for now. We're just going to start this and I'll share some thoughts. But book 2 in a series that I started a couple of months ago, romance, very fall coded because it's orange, so cannot wait. Hey guys, sorry if the crooked frame is tripping you guys out. For a couple of weeks it kept tripping me out because I'm like, oh my god, it's crooked, but that's the point. It's spooky decor, so hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. But anyway, I wanted to give an update of Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Currently on chapter 13, which is about 150 pages in. And so far I'm liking it. I will say when I was thinking of like making a clip and updating you guys, I'm like, what am I gonna talk about? I feel like there's nothing too significant that is like groundbreaking for me to talk about, but it is just, you know, a feel-good love story. And like all of Elsie Silver's other books, I do believe in the chemistry between the characters, which is always a plus. This is about Wes and Skylar. Skylar is a like pop sensation. She's a pop star, but she has a really traumatic past and her parents are just not good parents. And so she's kind of running away from all of that and going to the little town of Rose Hill to kind of reinvent herself in a way, but also find herself. And she runs into Wes. He actually saves her from a near-death experience, and it was so funny because I feel like meet cutes are like the #1 thing I look forward to in romances sometimes, because the way the authors like Elsie Silver and Abby Jimenez implement meet cutes, like they are just so cute and they're so outrageous, but I love them. So this one has a really cute meet cute, and that's how they meet. And then Wes is very much sort of like a rancher. He's a single dad, so I love the vibes that he's bringing along with Skylar's kind of pop star troubled past. While I'm reading Wild Eyes, I also found myself wanting to start an audiobook, and I don't know why. I feel like I've kind of fallen off of my audiobook game in the last few days because I just haven't picked one up or listened to one in probably a month. And so that's gonna change today. We are starting a new audiobook, and the one that I want to start is a book in a series that I need to finish, and it is Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. This is the end of a trilogy, and it is like a, I was gonna say paranormal romance, but I don't think it is. It's just a dark romance, so it's still sticking to the romance theme, but we're giving kind of, you know, bringing in the fall vibes, October, spooky season. So we're gonna start this via audiobook at the same time while we're reading Wild Eyes, and it is very aesthetically pleasing to see that both
both of the books that I'm gonna be reading today are orange. So that's kind of the plan for today. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day, any progress or any like thoughts that I have on these books. But let's get our reading started for the day. Tonight you are joining me as I do some drawing. Not drawing, I always call it drawing. I don't know how to draw. I'm coloring. I have this cute little fall season spooky coloring book, and I actually bought this to add to the spooky baskets that I created in this video, but I only bought one, and then once I put the baskets together I realized there's really no room to add it, plus I felt bad giving it to like either my sister or my mom, so the best possible solution was for me to just keep it. So we are going to color a little bit, and this is my favorite activity to do while listening to an audiobook. So actually I figured I would start this book right now while coloring in my new coloring book, and I think it's perfect because it's spooky vibes. I haven't really flipped through the book actually, so I'm just gonna probably find a page that I want to color. Usually in my other coloring books that are over there, I try to go in order, but I highly doubt I'm going to color every single page in here. So I'm just going to go out of order and pick the ones that I actually want to color. And I might not even do markers. I might just do colored pencils or crayons, because I do have that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do tonight. I also have a little bit of a snack. This is leftover pumpkin Biscoff bread, which I made earlier this week. This was the dessert I was gonna make during my book club, but I just didn't have time. So the next day my parents came over and we watched Avengers movies, and I made the bread for them. So we still had some leftover. I'm gonna eat some while listening to my audiobook and coloring a page of this cute fall book. That's on the agenda for tonight. Nothing too crazy. Real quick and just kind of update you guys on my thoughts, and so far I actually really like it. I feel like this series is just so like unserious to the point where it's just a good, fun, adventurous time, and that's what this book is giving. It's about Rose, who is a circus performer, and she also has a bit of a dark side. She's like a tarot reader, but also like one of those motorcycle people at the circus, and she wants to help like women who are being abused and battered, and so she tries to go and help this woman take care of her problem of a husband, and it just goes really, really wrong. She gets injured, and now we run into our male main character, who is, what's his name? I'm so bad with names. Fionn Kane, who is one of the brothers from the other two books. So every book is kind of based on one of the brothers, and this is the last book based on Fionn, and he is a doctor, so he is taking care of her post her injury, and I feel like we already see like the simmering and sizzling of a newfound romance. So far I'm liking it. I feel like it's perfect again for the season because it's kind of dark, it's moody, it's like serial killers, but also still a romance. So I feel like those types of books right now are the perfect ones to pick up. So I'm really enjoying this. I am on chapter 3, I think, but that is 9% into the book. So that's where we're at. Really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to keep listening to it, and then tomorrow, like while I'm driving, I'm going to have this in the background. But I finished my drawing, or my coloring page, and I like it. I don't love it. I feel like usually I have like other coloring books which I feel like I take more seriously. This one was really freeing though, because I just like did anything. Usually I try to do like an aesthetic little theme, and this one I was just grabbing markers, I was grabbing colored pencils, crayons, and throwing on here whatever I wanted, and it was very freeing in that sense. Is it a really nice pretty picture? No, but it did the job that it was supposed to do. So I'm having a good time, probably going to be here the rest of the night listening to this via audiobook, and those are the plans. slammed my finger. Let me bring you guys a little closer. My hair looks insane. It's just at a really awkward length right now, so the claw clip is not claw clipping. But anyway, it's been a minute. These books took me a while to finish, and I'm not gonna blame it on both. I'm gonna blame it on this one. I don't know why. I just felt like I couldn't read this as fast as I wanted to. I ended up rating this 3 stars. Finished both books, by the way, if that wasn't clear. Finished both books. This one ended up being a 3-star. With that being said, it is my lowest rated Elsie Silver book. I will say though, I don't think there was anything wrong with it. It just didn't hit the way I thought it was going to. Looking back though, it did remind me a lot of the Hannah Montana movie where she's like this famous superstar and goes to the countryside and like experiences things for the first time, and that was definitely what this book was. I don't know if I was like in a little bit of a slump or I just wasn't feeling it, but we just didn't vibe. The story itself though is cute and I liked the couple. I just feel like, I think I said this earlier in the video, it felt a little basic. Like it didn't give anything extraordinary or unique that I could have taken away from it. So those are just kind of my thoughts. Maybe if I sit with it for a little bit longer, I'll feel something for it, or maybe I'll just completely forget everything. But I did like the found family because obviously this is part of a series. We're kind of leaning into that found family aspect. We're revisiting some of our older characters and meeting some new ones. The next book I think is about Tabitha and Reese. I don't know how to say his name, but I think that's our next couple, which is the green book, Wild Side, which is on my TBR cart. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that the next book is about them because the hints that we got about them in this book were really good. Like I just know that one is gonna hit the way the Powerless book from the Chestnut Springs series hit, because I don't know why I like books with trauma with a bit more substance, and our character Skylar definitely had some trauma, but I don't know, the way they describe Tabitha's backstory and like things that she's been through, I'm gonna need to read that book like right now. But anyway, that was Wild Eyes. The next book that I actually finished today was Scythe and Sparrow, and I actually really enjoyed this book. I had so much fun with it. I also didn't know how Halloween coded it was going to be. There's like a haunted maze, there's like some spooky, definitely serial killer vibes in it, so I think this is another amazing book to pick up this time of year, and I'm just so glad I like kind of went into that blindly. I knew it was about like serial killers and a dark romance, but I didn't know how perfect for the month it was going to be. So I actually really had a lot of fun. I think honestly this one might be my favorite in the entire series. I just thought it was fun. The romance itself I did find cute, but I did like that their problems were reasonable. They were definitely decent problems that like are big, and they kind of worked through them in a realistic way. Again, it was just adventurous, outrageous, loved it. So that is my review. That's one series done, one series continued. I think we did well. And then I finished Enchantra earlier in this video, which is a duology. So I think we did great. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.